Today we're going to deal with the heart again, part 2, on Tuesday. I have saved all the videos, so if you'd like to look at the Tuesday Moving from the Heart video, it's there on the Yoga for 60 Plus. So we're going to continue with working and moving from the heart, being aware of the heart floating in a sac between the two lobes of the lungs. Last week we worked with the lungs. This week, Tuesday and Thursday, the heart. So I'm giving you yoga mini lessons. I started this at the onset of COVID because I wanted to do something for people that would make them feel good. So hopefully this makes you feel good, and thank you for inviting me into your house. So today it would be a good idea to have a chair. I forgot to put that on the list. You don't have to have one, but if you have some sort of flat seated chair, that would be great. Also, again, at the end of the regular kind of routine of people getting on, who are able to get on the floor, I'll show on the chair options. So Nuka, if you're watching, you could do both, okay? So also 2 pairs of socks that have some sort of resilient, you can squeeze them. I have balls. They're softer than tennis balls. So if you could have those as well. I'm not sure if you'll need blocks, but if you're sitting in a chair later on, you're going to need a belt or strap of some kind. Okay? So I'm sitting in Virasana, lightning pose. So you could sit on the mat in lightning pose. I have a blanket between my calves and hamstrings today. It feels really good. Or you could put a blanket underneath everything, or you could sit on a block, or you could sit cross-legged, or you could sit on a chair. So let's just start by squeezing the balls or squeezing the socks. Not too hard, just pulsing. Okay. And getting in touch with the location of the heart here, slightly to the left of the rib cage. And we're sending heart pulsing energy out into the capillaries in the arms, and kind of with this soft movement, squeezing, not too hard, which you can do with the socks, completing a circuit back to the heart. Now, the first thing that a human feels in the embryo is the tickling of the hands, the fingertips on the palms of the hand. So this is kind of a very somatic, primal, prenatal feeling of exercise here. So very gently feeling the pulse, and also being aware of the back of the heart. That's where surgeons say if they have to operate, they see God. That's where all the pulmonary arteries are. So the heart feeding the lungs comes from the back side of the lung. And if you could imagine, you're giving your brain and your bone marrow high test by just being aware of the back of your heart and this pulsing action and the floating action of the heart floating. And when you move to the side, you can put your hand down, the heart slides a bit, and you come upright, you move to the other side, the heart slides a little bit, and when you turn, the heart turns as well. And the lung is always caressing its buddy, the heart. Okay, so let's just do some seaweedy movements again. We did this on Tuesday. So just start with the right arm, seaweeding, and you can hold the ball or the sock. And anything that feels good. You can come forward, you can go backwards, you can turn your palm up, whatever your heart wants your arm to do. Okay, and let's do the left. Very soft, very soft. Even though we're, giving the brain high test, it's very low test movement, okay? Maybe hug it open. And swing a bit. Okay, and we'll use these, we'll do this pulsing action again later. We're going to go nice and slow today. So now let's go to tabletop. Okay, and slosh the heart right and left in that pocket between the lungs. Let your shoulders be loose and the hips move, but we're moving from the heart. So from the very center of the torso, upper torso, move right and left. Okay? And then back and forth. You see babies doing this. This is another somatic, very primal, postnatal, learning to be human movement. Okay, now we're going to come up to, I'm going to demonstrate, you can watch, curl the toes, come on up, and we're going to do a sloshy down dog, okay? Sloshy, seaweedy, summer in the sea, down dog. Just moving the heart. You can bend your knees, you can come up on your metatarsals. No struggle, no stress, just slosh around from the center of your heart. Letting the lungs caress the heart. Okay, and then come on down. You can rest in child's pose. Let's all rest. Stack your hands right over the left. Stack your hands and just rest. And in this position, the lungs slide in front of the heart and caress the heart like a child. Okay? So let me demonstrate the next movement, and I'll give you an alternative. So we're going to come up into down dog, and then come forward into up dog. Moving from the heart. If that's too challenging, you can come, in tabletop, move your hands forward and just go back and forth. So whichever works for you, and if that's too much, then just go back and forth this way. Okay? So let's all do our back and forth. So down dog, up dog, down dog, up dog. I'm moving from my heart. Down dog, up dog, down dog, up dog. So in up dog, the heart floats up towards the upper lobes of the lungs, and the lungs move sideways like an open door, and here the lungs close the door and hold the heart. And let's push back and rest. If you have a block, now's a good time to put your head on the block. Be aware of the back of the heart and the air behind the heart. And now you can watch me. I'll give two options. Come up into down dog. Bring the knee forward, the leg back. From the heart, moving the leg from the heart. Okay. The second option is to use your chair. You don't have to lift the leg high, but the heart moves the knee in, the heart moves the leg out. It's different if you see this movement coming very organic from my heart, different than knee in, knee out. You see the difference? So it's a very fluid, driven by the heart. Okay, first we'll do the right leg and then the left. Okay, come up into down dog or use the chair. Right leg in, right leg out. In and out. In. And you could be fluidy, bend your knees. And put that right foot down. Let's do the left. Knee in and out. In and out. Moving from the heart, organic movement. Okay, and then come up to standing and move your feet apart, and let's do some seaweed dancing. So if you have your socks or your block, you can even hold and just squeeze very gently. And now we're going to drop our head. So if you have a chair or blocks, so what we're going to do, we're going to just bend forward and let the lobes of the lung hold the heart. Okay? And then come up, bending from the hip if you can, and come up with the back of the heart. Come forward, the lungs caressing the heart. Lift from the back of the heart to come up. Now, if I'm lifting from the back of the heart, staying relaxed. Now, if I'm lifting from my shoulders, looks different, feels different. You can do it either way, but today we're lifting from the back of the heart. Okay, so if you have your chair, let's bend down and put your elbows on the chair. Okay? And breathe, creating space in the back of the heart. So all those pulmonary veins and arteries are getting attention. We all like attention. Our heart likes attention as well. From here, if you want to drop your head, go right ahead. Otherwise, if it's comfortable and you're enjoying it, stay right here. The lungs have cradled my heart in the front, and I'm giving attention to the back of the heart now. Now you could stay here, or you could go down one more step. Being heart focused. If your hamstrings are barking, bend your knees. And you could be seaweedy here, Or here, slosh your heart around. And then come up to standing. And let's just find our heart. You can grab your socks again, or ball if you like, or not, and just do a little back of the heart sending juice to the brain dance. Okay? Send working from here. Okay, I can move my hips. Looks different than generating from here. So generate any kind of sloshing, seaweedy movement from your heart, loosening the back of the heart, making all those veins and arteries more elastic, happier. Okay. Okay, and that's it for the people who can get on the floor and up and down. And let's now visit with the chair people. Okay, so with the chair people, I'm sure you've done this. Okay, so we've established the pulsing circuit. Now, one nice thing, you can put your socks or your balls under your metatarsals. Okay, and then of course you have to have socks or no shoes on, and just press very softly into the resilient socks or balls. So it can't be hard. Tennis ball would be too hard. Certainly a baseball would be way, way too hard. So just gentle pulsing action. So the circuit of the heart to the legs. And if you want, you could do a little floating with the hands. Okay, and let's roll our neck. Drop your right ear to the right. And as you pulse your feet, you can feel, send the circuit of fresh blood from the feet up to, through the heart up to the brain. Coming up the highway on this left side. And come upright and drop the left ear to the left shoulder, sending the fresh blood from the legs to the heart up to the brain, using this highway. And come upright. So now we're going to do the forward and backward movement, and I'm going to show you from the side. Okay? So moving from the front of the heart, come down, and then from the back of the heart back. So being aware here, being aware here. Okay? You can even curl a little, come forward, come back. You don't have to go far. But we hold a lot of tension in here, which puts a lot of stress on the heart. And you can bob the head, bring the chin in when you're coming up, chin out, going down. Okay, and then sit upright and just rest. Enjoy the blood flow down to your feet, up to your brain, and into your hands. Be aware of the heart feeding everything. put the belt on the right foot, okay? And if you have a block, so that you might want to put something here to help so that you're not so far away from the back of the chair, okay? So we're going to just bring the foot up and out, so pulse. And you don't even have to breathe with the movement, just swing the foot like a porch swing. Generating the movement from the heart. Imagine the heart's pushing the heel, the heart's pulling the heel back. Okay, and put that foot down and just rest a moment. And enjoy the blood and the cleansing, the awareness from the heart to the foot that you've established. The body proprioception is very important. And then let's put the belt around the left metatarsal, and we're just swinging. So pushing from the heart out to the heel, pulling in with the heart. Okay, and then just sit and rest. Enjoy the cleansing, the connection, the awareness of the heart with the leg. And then finally, coming to the front of your chair and just opening your legs and kind of moving your heels, bending your knees as if you're floating like seaweed. You can move your arms back, move your arms forward. And then bend your knees, just put your hands on your knees and come forward. Let the lungs caress the heart and breathe into the back behind the heart so that you're giving space and a massage to all those important pulmonary arteries in the back of the heart. Oh, and we could stay there probably another 5 minutes and enjoy that. It's so delicious. So, that's it for today. I will see you next video, next Tuesday, and hope your heart feels like well loved, well massaged, and has gotten a lot of attention, and will embrace those you love.